It's been more than 6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it, probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming. According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Mental Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study. I maintain a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I am beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else. Jack Walters.
Hello, Mr. Walters. My name's Arthur Anderson. I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Ryan Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
It's a small fishing town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here all day anyway.
Did you notice that when that order cash came out, it looked just a single note, a single dollar, but then when it went to the side view, it was like a big wad of money. I just noticed that. Doesn't really matter though, does it? Right. Night. I have a new client, Mr. Arthur Anderson, the regional manager of the First National grocery store chain. Maybe he's descendant of Neo Anderson, or whatever his first name is. Can't remember. Anyways, it appears that the First National grocery in Innsmouth was recently burglarized. Is that right? If it's not, fuck you. I'm just gonna keep with it anyway. And its manager, one Brian Bumham, is missing. From what I've been able to gather, Bumham is something of a young rogue, a friend of the family. Mr. Anderson gave him the job as a favour. Bumham is looking like the prime suspect for the robbery, but there are a few things that don't add up, not to Anderson and not to me. For instance, why would Bumham force an entry into the store where he had full set of keys, free access to the cash register, and the combination of the back office safe? To misdirect any investigation? If that was his plan, why did he disappear? Following my conversation with Mr. Anderson, I found out what I could about the ancient town of Innsmouth. For generations, the crumbling seaport and its people have been shunned by neighbouring communities. Outsiders are unwelcome there, and there are superstitious tales of a strange element in the town's oldest families. They are of mixed blood, so the stories go, whatever that's supposed to mean. The usual hick-town prejudice, no doubt. After making a brief visit to Innsmouth, my client came away awfully distrustful of the local authorities. He isn't buying their line that Bumham robbed the place, and wants to know what happened to him. Only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and tomorrow afternoon I'll be on it. It feels good to have a purpose after 5 months trying to break through my amnesia. I also feel a little apprehensive. Maybe it's the wild stories about the town, or maybe it's just because I haven't had a case in so long. No matter what it is, you're fucked. I do not expect the reader to believe what I'm about to relate. Any sane mind, Mr. Jackson. Alright, okay. I'll leave you to read that because the loading times were awfully fast. Okay, from the start. You have parents. Will do. Of course, I'm a detective. It's my job to pay attention to the small details.
Driver, how far to the stop?
It's almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. You know what those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after her own.
Odd town. Quite like this film grain effect. I don't see why it's necessary to have it like widescreen like this.
This is it, stranger. End of the line.
Five-star hotel, Innsmouth Lodge, filled with strange creatures, odd townsfolk, and most likely a rapist under your bed. Come any time of the year. I think I'll just go. I think it makes sense to interact with the town a bit.
Could you direct me to the First National grocery store? I hear they have a shop in town.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, well, you see, I'm looking for a young lad called Brian Burnham. I'm a friend of the family. He worked in the store.
Don't know who you're talking about, fella.
Burnham? Ah, I thought it was Bumham.
The First National's a large chain. You sure you haven't seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
Deal with it.
The First National's a large chain.
I was just going to ask you the
You
same thing.
sure you haven't
again.
seen it?
I'm sure. Stop bothering me with questions.
It won't open.
Okay, I guess we should
It won't budge.
just go and investigate some of the townsfolk.
This statue commemorates the men who fought in the Revolutionary War. I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't help you.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Damn rightly says I know him.
Jesus Christ, these are some weird ass people. What the? Police line, do not cross. Big fella. Talk to me.
Excuse me, Constable. Jack Walters.
Robes. Elliot Robes. What you want?
Could you help out a stranger to this fine port?
Are you being funny?
No, not at all. I'm after directions to the First National. I hear they have a store in town.
Innsmouth don't take too kindly to them from out of town. Get lost, stranger.
Fucking Cheeky bastard.
What happened here, Constable?
Nothing.
Oh, swell. You can let me pass then?
No. You'll have to go another way.
Constable Robes,
What you after now?
you ever meet Brian Burnham?
I couldn't rightly say as I remember.
The burglarizing of the First National is big news in the Arkham press. The Burnham lad must be one of your prime suspects. Any luck tracing his whereabouts?
No. That'd be a matter for the Order.
The Order? Isn't this a matter for the police?
Yup. That too.
Who is the Order?
Them's that look after affairs there in Innsmouth. And you'd mind your business not to be asking too many questions.
Not to be acting, illiterate cunt.
He's nothing more than a thug, and I don't feel like pushing my luck.
Nah, I feel like pushing my luck. I'll kick his ass. Who the fuck you following, dickhead?
It's locked. It must lead to the back of the variety store.
Let's go see the variety store then, shall we? Oh, where's this? New Falls.
The sign says, Innsmouth Poorhouse, in memory of Lady Warnes.
What is this?
It won't budge. These posters are everywhere.
Outsiders coming, snooping around when they ain't wanted.
Yeah, problem?
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
Just leave me be, stranger.
Where is everybody? It's very quiet.
I can't be seen talking to you.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
You're in the wrong place, asking the wrong questions, outsider.
Fucking hell, these people are idiots.
It's a variety store, and it's closed.
I'll kick your silly cunt in, you wanker. Alright, there's nobody... Well, I already know that something weird's going on in town, so it's pretty useless to make
It won't
comment
open.
on how strange they all are. What the... Is he beating in the door? Oh.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked...
Can't help you.
Fucking hell. What's this? Order of Dagon?
Seems this grandiose structure is the esoteric Order of Dagon.
Let's take a look.
It won't budge.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You're talking to the outsider. You'll get thrown in jail.
I've told him nothing.
Huh. Well, quite clearly, that means there's something to tell. You, Ponce. Right. Let's go find out what these creepy fucks are